Hello everyone and welcome back to another video with Yoseka. Today I have a big one. Today I will be introducing Kanmido. This will be a feature video talking about some of their most popular products, and Kanmido is a brand that we've been itching to carry for a while. A long time ago we carried one of their products, the Coco Fusen, which I think they're most known for, but I'll go through some of their most popular products here and I'll show you how to use them. And what's really great about their products is so many of them are refillable, so it creates this really great kind of community for sharing and trading, like trading washi samples, trading refills, and mixing and matching so that you can have a setup that really suits you, but also kind of share with friends and whatnot. So without further ado, let's get into it. These are the products that I'll be going through today. There is the Maco, which is a washi tape holder, the ring leaf, Pentone, Coco Fusen, Nuun, and there's actually one more at the very end, the Filetab. So all of these is what I'll be going through, and if there's just one that you really want to see how to use, you can move around in the video player with the timestamps to watch the one that you really want to see. All right, so let's start off with the Maco. And this is a really cool product. So this is a washi tape holder. It's a different take, I guess, Kanmido's take on washi tape samples, or if you've been in the stationery community a while, you've probably seen washi tape cards, which people use to wrap around their washi tape and either trade with friends or use it to bring around to a cafe journaling session or something. But the Maco is a different kind of way to make your washi tapes portable and also easily shareable. So let me take it out of the packaging here so you can take a look at it. But it consists of this outer kind of holder body and then these inner cores and a winder that looks like this. And the whole idea of this is that the pen body has this serrated edge and will hold all of the little cores, and you can put your washi tape in there and tear it off on this cute little pen-sized holder. So you can attach it to things, but you can also just fit this in your pen case, which is much more convenient than having to carry around a bunch of tapes like this. So these are tapes that I have that I'm going to wind up. Kanmido has one of these cores already set up on the winder for you. They have it set up like this, and there's a little groove in here that aligns everything so that the core fits on the winder, and you can just slide it on and off like that. And so the way you want to do this is take your washi tape. So I have my Yohaku washi tape here that I want to put onto this holder, and you take the end of the tape, slide it into that notch so that it goes inside the core, and then stick it on like that so that it matches and the edges are all aligned like that. And then you'll be able to put this back on, slide it back on like that. And then you just kind of have to spin your tape around like this. And it gets easier when it's really short like this. So we'll probably speed this up, but I'll just continue winding my washi tape around like this. Okay, so I'm gonna stop here because I don't wanna have too much of my washi tape on this core refill, which is a nice thing about this. You can put as much or as little as you want on here, but you cannot exceed this width of the winder. Oh, it fell off. But that is as wide as you wanna put it onto this little core, otherwise you risk it not fitting back into the larger pen body. So we'll slide this back off of the winder. I'll cut cut my tape. You can also tear it. I just want it to look nice. All right. And so this is a 15 millimeter core and a 15 millimeter washi tape. So that is why the edges fit exactly. But you can use it with different size tapes, which I'll give you a little preview of after I refill this. I promise I'm not breaking this. The way you open the Maco holder, you slide off the end. There's like a little divot, so you might have to use some elbow grease, and then you'll just slide the core in here like this and align it up at the top. And so you can stick the edge on here, and then to use the actual washi tape when you're out and about, you just use it like any washi tape cutter, and the serrated edge here allows you to cut it like that. So convenient, right? Super cool. So you can take this with you if you're traveling, if you're just journaling in public, or if you just want to share some washi tape with friends. This is a good way to do that. So let me show you on this core how to use this with washi tapes that are wider than 15 millimeters. You have to be a little bit careful, but you can do it. Although Kanmido recommends, I believe, that the widest width you should use is a 20 millimeter tape like I have here. I wouldn't recommend going wider than that, but of course you can always go thinner, like this 10 millimeter tape, and just wind it in the middle. But for the wider one, what you want to do is try and align the inside as centered as possible so that the edges are overlapping just a little. Does that make sense? Here. If you can see, I tried to have an equal amount of spacing on both sides. When you slide it into the winder, leave some space on the edge there so that it doesn't destroy the tape. Oh. So you always want the winder to be like this, the full width of the tape, so that it's really easy for you to just loop it around like this. I will say it's a little bit harder to use it with the thicker washi tape. I honestly would recommend sticking to the 15 millimeter tape because this is like not super secure. So yeah, I recommend sticking to the 15 millimeter tape. So if you're committed, you could definitely do it with this. Like, it is working. It's definitely working. It's just a little bit more finicky. You definitely really have to hold it in place with your hands to make sure that this part doesn't like fly off. Okay. Gonna trim this, and then I've slid this off. Let's put it into our Maco holder. And you want to leave some space here, and it'll function just like the other tape. You can rip it the same way, like that. And if you're using 15 millimeter tapes, you'll be able to fit 4 of these on the Maco holder at the same time. But if you're using these thicker tapes, you might only be able to fit 3 at a time. And if you use the thinner tapes, you're still limited by the core size, so it really only is 4, the maximum, but you can always carry less than 4, like this. So that is the Maco washi tape holder. All right, up next is the ring leaf, which is a spiral sticky note. They're these sticky tabs that allow you to insert ephemera into your spiral notebook. So the way you use it, it's actually very, very simple and convenient. You just peel off the end like this, attach whatever ephemera you want onto this adhesive edge. So whatever it is, you just attach it to the item like this. Make sure you press down. The adhesive is really gentle actually, so you can remove your items quite easily. But I recommend putting it on a flat surface, like that. And then you can take your spiral notebook or planner, open it up, and put the item in to the rings. That way it'll flip around just like another page in the notebook. But you have this like extra ephemera in here. And for larger items, you'll actually have to use 2 of these little leaf things. So you can see here, I added this sticker sheet into this notebook. So I can journal on the go with my sticker sheet. I don't need an extra pocket, pouch, or anything. It's just in there when I need to use it. And I can take it out, I can remove it, you know, I can take it off. But to put 2 of them in here, you can, so for the first one, you want to put it on like normal. And then you can fit it into the rings wherever you want the item to sit, because you don't want it to overhang on the bottom maybe. Wherever you want it to fit, that's where you'll put the first one, but it kind of will move around if you don't add the second one. So you can put the second one down at the bottom like this. And then align it to the item, just like that. And that is how you'll have this full sticker sheet in there. And then it's very sturdy when it's in there, like it won't fall out. But if you want to remove it, again, it's like super easy. Like the adhesive is so cool. Kanmido's so good at sticky items. It's very, very cool. So for small items, you can just use 1 leaf. And for larger items, you can use 2 leaves, like that. And you can, you know, remove it, move it around. The notebook that I have here is by Clade, and the ring leaf is only compatible with these double ring spirals. It will not work with the standard American like singular spiral notebook that you use in grade school a lot of the time. It'll only work with these double ring ones. So certain brands like Nemazine, Septcolor, Logical Prime, Midori, and Clade like this are the ones that I would look for, or at least this design like this. That is what I would look out for if you want to use the ring leaf in your spiral. Okay, so now we're going to talk about the Pentone, which I think is such a funny name for this. It's like Pantone colors, but in a pen-sized thing. So this is the Pentone, and it is a film roll sticky note that's perforated. And when you use it, you can just pull out whatever you want to whatever size you want. You can kind of hear it's like stopping at these perforated edges. Like when I pull it out, you can almost hear it stopping, but it's perforated along these smaller lines like this. So you can separate it to whatever size you want. You can make them small, you can keep them big, you can unroll it to make it really, oh, oops, you have to be gentle with this, I will say. To make it really big. You can just keep going if you wanted to and tear it along the edge like this. What's great about the Pentone sticky notes is you can make them as small or as big as you want, and the entire backside of this is adhesive actually. So they come in a bunch of different colors, so they're really great for planning or annotating, especially in textbooks or books, something that you want like a really gentle adhesive like this, but you want to write on. But I will show you how great they are in a planner. So like for example, if you have something written on there and you want to either edit it, I don't know, write over it, that's how transparent these are. And that's what this looks like. As far as what the material is like, it is this filmy material, so we do recommend using a like more permanent marker like this. This is the twin marker. You know we love our Pilot twin marker here. So we recommend using that or an oil-based pen, like a ballpoint pen. Oh, this one is running out of ink. Like that is also good. We've had some success with like semi-permanent water-based gel pen type pens. So this is the Uniball one, but you might have to give it some time to dry down if you really want to use a gel pen with it. So let's see, smear test. Yeah, this one will really need some time to dry, but the permanent marker, ballpoint pen, those both work. This is a Jetstream, this is a Uniball one. And I think I tried it earlier with a Sarasa. Let's give it a couple seconds. The Sarasa is a little bit better than the Uniball one. So that's what the smudge test looks like. And the film adhesive is very gentle. You have to be careful because the perforation is also kind of thin. So yep, that's what might happen. But in theory, if you are really gentle, you can move this around wherever you want. And the example that Kanmido gives that they show people using it most often is in a horizontal way. So you can use it like this to block out time or annotate like important events or things like that in your planner. Like that. So you can use it in a big chunk, small chunk, however you want. And these are refillable. So all of the colors of the Pentone come in a 3-pack refill as well. So if you like one color, but not another color, Kanmido encourages you to swap and share with your friends. So if you want only the blue ones, you can like buy one of these and then trade with your friends for the other blue ones, stuff like that. And it's really easy to refill the whole pen. You just have to be careful because something that can happen, so you can see here, you take off the bottom little button and then the tube will come out like this. If it's stuck, if there's still more of the film sticky notes on it, you'll have to hold it to slide it out. And then you can slide another one back in. You just have to be careful to mind that gap. There's a little gap in here that the film comes out of. You just have to make sure you don't accidentally tear the sticky note, because what can happen is if you're not gentle, it'll get stuck inside the roll. I know that's kind of hard to imagine, but just be gentle with it and it'll be very easy to refill. Like that. So that is the Pentone film roll sticky note. All right, so now I'm going to explain the Coco Fusen. And this is something that Kanmido is very well known for, I think, probably what they're most well known for. And there's so many different styles of this Coco Fusen. They kind of just keep adding to their entire lineup. So they have them available in multiple sizes, different types. There's the standard one, which is this medium size. It comes in a card if you want to carry it around with you in one solid compartment. And there's also packs of 2 with these more slim ones like this. They've got different colors, so many different colors. Like, are you kidding? There's so many. And there's also this clip kind, so you can clip it to your notebook or book or whatever you want to have these bookmarks for. So you can clip it to your notebook to have it handy. This is how it works. They're just little bookmark tabs that peel out of this holder, and you can stick it onto your planner. The adhesive, again, is very gentle, very similar to the Pentone film sticky notes. They're very gentle adhesive like that, so you can move it around wherever you want in your book, textbook, notebook, what have you. And for the basic Coco Fusen, this little holder can actually be removed from the packaging that it comes with and attached to your notebook, your planner, textbook, so you never lose it. It will not be floating around in a case somewhere. It adheres right onto the front of a planner, and it's also like a strong but gentle adhesive, so it'll definitely peel up off of most materials. Let's try with this one. This is a more papery texture. Just want to see if there's any damage. But no, that comes off really well. Okay, very good. And it's like, it's very sturdy, so it's not gonna accidentally fall off. And it'll keep sticking, so you can move it from book to book for whenever you need it. And you can see there's a bunch of these different sizes, right? So there's this mini, there's a small, there's this medium size, and then there is one large size, like this. So there's so many different sizes, and these are each refillable with the refill size that matches whatever size bookmark this is. So there's a lot of different lines in the Coco Fusen lineup. Like there's the clip like we saw before, there's this color version, there's a pattern version, there's also the basic version, which comes in like small size, the medium size. There's all of these different lineups or collections within the Coco Fusen family, but anything that has this size will work with its corresponding refill size. So for example, this is the small size, and you can see that these are thinner refills, so this will actually fit into this Coco Fusen holder, even though this is part of the basic line and this is not. And similarly, this is a medium size, so it will fit into these holders, even though it's part of the basic line. You don't have to match the basic with the basic refill, even though that's how you can get those colors if you really like the colors that this basic lineup comes in. But if not, you can just swap them around however you want, like this. And then there are special refills like this for the card size that have so many colors. So let's show how to refill one of these. I'm going to use the basic line because it comes with a holder and one color refill that you can alternate between. So let's look at that real quick. It's gonna feel a little bit weird. This is my first time actually trying this, but you have to bend this back a little bit, especially if you haven't run out of the like bookmark tab color that's currently in the holder. But they're very flexible like this. So you can just pull it right out. Then take your refill. And making sure to hold one up, you'll have to kind of bend it again to get it back in. So you slide it in like this. So holding up that one side, you can bend it like this, slide it in, and then you'll really have to bend the bottom edge to fit it in. Don't worry, you won't break it. Bendable and flexible, so don't worry about breaking this. The backside is plastic and adhesive, so it might look straight, but when it's not on the book, it's very, very bendable like this. And the refills are also very bendable, so it won't break. You have to bend it in order to refill it. So that is the Coco Fusen. Up next, we have the Nuun bookmarks, and these are kind of like a cloth version of the Coco Fusen. And what I mean by that is these are also bookmarks, but if you take a close look at them, they're actually made out of fabric material. So Like these are kind of like a almost cottony, linen-y, but like upholstery kind of texture. Let's take a closer look at this. So it's got this texture on it, and it's a very nice sensory experience, this fabric bookmark, but this is a more permanent version than the Coco Fusen. So this is very removable, swappable. You can move around this bookmark in whatever textbook you're using. The Nuun, you cannot. This is more for permanent organization. If you have something that needs to be indexed, you can use this as a more permanent version. So the adhesive is much stronger, and you cannot label on this like you could on this bookmark. If you use a permanent marker or again an oil-based pen, you could label on here, but the Nuun you cannot. But it's the same kind of concept. They have it in this slimmer bookmark version and this larger tab version, so you can use those to bookmark your books. And then last but not least, for something a little bit more writable or labelable, are the Filetab. So the Filetab is similar to the Nuun, a more permanent way to index your items, and the back is adhesive, but these are meant to be used on these kind of plastic file folders, polypropylene file folders. So, you know, the ones that are bonded shut like this, they're meant to be used on top of plastic, not on top of paper, because the adhesive is a little bit stronger. But if you want to move them around, that plastic will be more forgiving and you'll be more likely to be able to move it around on here with this Filetab than you would be with the Nuun. This one's not really meant to be moved around. And this one is meant to be used on plastic folders. It can work. Kanmido says it can work on paper items, but they really recommend it for plastic items. It comes with some of these labels, so you don't have to label directly onto the plastic, and you can reuse the labels. That is everything. Everything from Kanmido. I don't know if you can see the carnage around me, but there's like so much stuff from them, and I'm very happy that we are now carrying so much of their lineup. There's even more than what I have shown here. There's also the Litro that is very similar to the Pentone. Those refills are also swappable. There's a like tape runner highlighter that is a removable highlight type of thing. There's so many items. So if there's an item out there from Kanmido that you'd like us to carry and we don't currently carry it, leave a comment below so maybe we can get it one day, and let us know what you like about it. If you already have some of these like Coco Fusen, let us know what your favorite combo is. Do you swap these with your friends? Because I think that would be really fun, but I want to know if people actually do it. So comment below if you have experience with any of those things and if you'd like to see any more Kanmido items at our shop. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to leave questions, comments below, maybe like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!